I'm not no killer. I'm not no murderer. I'm not no bad person. And a lot of people, honestly.
Tonight, Raymond Childs III is maintaining his innocence.
But still, he is going to prison for 360 years for murdering 6 of his family members. These are deadly shootings that happened more than 4 years ago inside the family home that's located here in Indianapolis out on the east side.
Rich Nye takes us into the courtroom to hear from the families destroyed by this mass murder.
Raymond Childs III was just 17 years old in January 2021 when 6 people were shot and killed inside this home on Adams Street. A jury convicted Childs in October of murdering his parents, his 13-year-old sister, his 18-year-old brother, and his brother's 19-year-old almost full-term pregnant girlfriend. A 15-year-old brother who ran out of the house was shot twice but survived.
I cannot comprehend the darkness in your heart at that time that led you to commit such an unfortunate act on January 24th. What I do know is that our lives changed forever on this date, and you robbed us of everything we had.
Childs told the families in a packed courtroom that he is not the killer.
Just as I sit here 4 years ago, I'm innocent. It's not a day that goes by where I don't think about them or wish that they was here. Even on my bad days, I tell myself that they're still here.
The judge called the murders calculated, cunning, and cold-blooded, sending Childs to prison for the rest of his life. So the 360-year prison sentence breaks down like this: 55 years for each of the 6 people murdered, including the unborn baby, and 30 years for the attempted murder of Raymond Childs' 15-year-old brother.
The evidence in this case could fairly be characterized as overwhelming. There was cell phone evidence, he was caught with the murder weapon, and most compellingly, his own brother identified him in open court, and it would have been nice if he had expressed some remorse about what happened.
Everything that he said, I believe. So, I don't too much believe justice was served, but I do hope that they do find the real people that did it.
The justice system decided he did it. Rich Nye, 13 News.
And Childs plans to appeal his conviction. During testimony today, a doctor said that Childs suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder due to a childhood filled with complex trauma from abuse and domestic violence.
Man, that's crazy. I'm not even gonna lie, that's crazy. You know, a 17-year-old kid, the kid, well, he was 17 at the time, he was still young and stuff like that. And, you just threw your life away over some silly stuff. And I'm just lost for words because I've seen a lot of people do stuff like this, especially like when I was in high school. Well, I mean, it was a couple people that did that. It wasn't like really, well, at least like when I graduated, a lot of people, I know a lot of people in my high school, like, threw their lives away with some stupid stuff, man. It's just kind of fucking crazy. I'm gonna tell you this, though. Family will always be family. Like, family is always gonna be family, okay? Family ain't gonna be perfect. If your family seems to be perfect, it's obviously something wrong. Okay? Family ain't gonna always be perfect. Trust me, I had scenarios when I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Me and my uncle, we almost got into a fight, like, after one of my relatives' funeral, after one of my at a family's funeral. Me and one of my uncles, we almost got into a freaking fight after the funeral and stuff like that. Stuff like that happens. But I'm not gonna sit here and get mad and like freaking kill them or do anything like that. One, because I'm not gonna sit there and risk my freedom over an argument or a disagreement or whatever like that. And two, is like, they your family. Family, y'all gotta stick together. Now, I get in some cases, blood ain't thicker than water. I mean, yeah, blood ain't, wait, what? Yeah, blood ain't thicker than, water ain't thicker than blood. Whatever, y'all know what the fuck I'm trying to say, shit. Blood is thicker than water. Holy fuck. My bad. Jeez. I guess. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I know there's some sayings. I know there are some cases where blood ain't thicker than water, but man, you gotta like just move on, man. Like, hey, if your real family don't love you, man, you can always like join some type of religion or whatever like that. Get some type of family, you know, get a family in that type of sense, like a spiritual family in a sense, you know. But I am like kind of curious, like where did he get the weapon from? You know, did his family members have a weapon laying around or whatever like that? Was he connected to some gangs or stuff like that? You know, because that just kind of ridiculous. You know, I want to know where the hell he at least got the goddamn gun from. Shit. But either way you put it, it's like, dude, you can't do that to your family, man. And this ain't for him. This is for all you people. All right, family gonna always be family. Okay, families ain't gonna be perfect. Okay, it's not. But there's no freaking reason where you just sit there and especially freaking shooting at the damn kid. Like, you shot at the freaking what? I think the guy was like 13 or something like that. You shot at their own little fucking kid. Like, what the fuck, dog? Like, come on, dude. Like, really? Really, dude? Of course he's gonna out you out. You killed that man's fucking family. Like I said, I understand. You know, you was upset or whatever like that. And the only reason I'm being somewhat sentimental about it is because he was young. You know, he was young, and I'm tired of seeing stuff like this happen. I've been seeing a bunch of young people throw their lives away over some nonsense, man. Like, really, like some real deal nonsense. You know, I had moments in my life where I just had to freaking walk out the house and just like, you know, walk around or just hang out with some homies or, you know, try to do something, you know. But, you know, you don't ever, like, you shouldn't go out your way to do, like, deadly harm to your family, man. I just find that just crazy. Like I said, I understand he was young, you know. He was young, probably full of rage, probably felt like he had something to prove or whatever like that. But, man, you just threw your whole life away. You threw your whole life away. Because I realized that, too. They waited until he was 21 so he can get that damn life sentence. Yeah, I realized that. They waited until that man was 21. Well, no, I think you can get a life sentence when you're 18 or whatever like that. But, yeah, they waited until his ass was 21 so they can give his ass them big sentences, man. I think the only, I think you gotta be 21 to get, like, death penalty and stuff like that. But still, you know, they waited until exactly he was 21. Because, I think he was still a kid at the time. But, yeah, like, that's wild, man. You know, I just find that stuff just kind of ridiculous on my end. All the young ones, y'all take this as a lesson, y'all. Take this situation as a lesson. Alright? Do not risk your freedom, your life, or anything like that for some BS. Like I said, I feel like it has to be more to that story. Maybe him and his parents was probably having a disagreement. He probably had some built up rage or whatever like that, because maybe he was probably the black sheep. You know, there could be so many benefiting factors to his state of madness at that time. But, you know, at the end of the damn day, they're not gonna see it from that angle. The only thing they're gonna see is the crime. Cause hey, sorry, buddy, but having your feelings hurt really ain't a crime. You know, having your feelings hurt ain't really a crime. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about this. I just find this scenario just like crazy. Like, you killed 6 of your family members, man. 6 of them. For what? For what? An argument? Oh well. What, because you probably didn't get something you wanted, or maybe because they probably mistreated him, or maybe he wasn't their favorite, he never got the attention. You know, there could be so much more, but hey, man, like, it was just crazy. But even then, that he killed that freaking woman and freak her child, like, you wrong for that. Then you shot at your youngest brother. Like, dude, you wrong for that shit, man. You wrong for that shit. But that's all I gotta say about this, man. This is sad, man. This is sad. Another young man just ruined his life, or had his life ruined. But that's all I'm gonna say about this, y'all.